just playing FIFA. But for real purpose of this, talk about Daytona. Yeah, people are not gonna remember this specific Daytona race, the final race before the playoffs start next week in Darlington. Not gonna remember it for the RFK Racing top two. They're not gonna remember it for Bubba Wallace making the playoffs, his first career playoffs. I'm not gonna remember for NASCAR's most popular driver, Chase Elliott, not making the playoffs. But I feel like they're gonna remember it for, hey, what's up? For Ryan Preece's horrific accident with 6 to go. If you don't know what happened, with 6 to go, Ryan Preece for Stewart-Haas Racing somehow got spun, flipped 10 times, then proceeded. Thankfully, he rested on his wheels. He was able to get out, I think, on his own power. He was then sent to the infield care center, but then it was reported that he was transported to a local hospital. That hospital, I fully believe, being Half-Lax Medical Center, the same place where Ryan Newman was sent to after his 2020 wreck at Daytona. Yeah, update. That was the update. He was sent there. Barrel rolled 10 times, sent them into overtime. Then yeah. So thoughts and prayers to Ryan Preece through this time. Like I said, Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing with the win. Chris Buescher, congratulations to him. And Brad Keselowski for the top 2 finish. Momentum was surely on the side of Chris Buescher. Then Bubba Wallace made the playoffs for the first time in his career. So 23-11 has done something that the Hornets cannot do a lot of under Michael Jordan, that is make the playoffs. Then NASCAR's most popular driver, Chase Elliott, did not make the playoffs he needed to win. Ended up finishing 4th. I feel like Kevin Harvick did not look good on that during overtime, and really what cost him. I feel like if that goes green, Kyle Larson's going to be more aggressive with the pushing behind Elliott to try and get him up to the lead. So that's more interesting without that barrel roll. I did have the 16 playoff drivers here along with their points. Congratulations to Martin Truex Jr. for winning the regular season championship. He gained an extra 15 playoff points. Where 16 drivers going for the championship is William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kevin Harvick, and Bubba Wallace. All but Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, and Bubba Wallace had wins. The points total is William Byron and Martin Truex Jr. has 2,036 points. Denny Hamlin has 2,025. Chris Buescher has 2,021. Kyle Busch has 2019. Kyle Larson has 2017. Christopher Bell 2014. Ross Chastain 2011. Brad Keselowski has 2010. Tyler Reddick has 2009. Joey Logano has 2008. Ryan Blaney also has 2008. Michael McDowell, the first driver out of the playoffs, well, the first driver that below the cutoff line at 2007 points is Michael McDowell. 14th at 2005 points is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kevin Harvick in 15th has 2004 points. Then Bubba Wallace has 2,000. Note, from 9th to 16th is only separated by 10 points, meaning a stage win puts you tied assuming that the other drivers don't get playoff points. Playoffs start next weekend at Darlington. And yeah, so right now your championship 4 is William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Chris Buescher. Your top 4 in the playoff standings. How it is, the standings are reset to 2,000 points. Then a win is worth 5 playoff points. A stage 1 is worth 1 playoff point. Then I don't know if Martin Truex Jr.'s 2,036 points are without his 15 additional playoff points or not. Yeah. I feel like Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Bubba Wallace, I feel like are the 3 dark horses where I didn't really expect them to make the playoffs. I expected Bubba to be close. I really expected Stenhouse to more or less be like a 17th to 18th place driver, and McDowell being the 16th, with Bubba more or less being the 17th place driver in the regular season. Chase Elliott having an injury and a suspension, missing 7 races in total, does not help him out, and I feel like that's what really cost him a playoff spot. So what's your thoughts on the playoff grid and Daytona as a whole? Let me know in the comments below, or in the chat. If you want to see my final lap reaction, check out that video on the channel. Overall, a huge congratulations to Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, Chris Buescher. Well, congratulations to Michael McDowell for making the playoffs. Congratulations to Chris Buescher for the win, Brad Keselowski for the second. And I think they said the first time in like 17 years that Roush Fenway Racing, now Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, finished 1-2. Congratulations to Bubba Wallace for making the playoffs first. Daytona as a whole, I loved it. I loved this race so much better. I feel like the action was way better. The commentating overall is better than the Daytona 500. And I would be Fox just does the races so much better than well, not Fox. Fox does it horrible compared to NBC. I love NBC's broadcast a whole lot better. I will take every race being on NBC or USA Network. That's just how much of a difference it is. Like, it's not even close. So let me know your thoughts on Daytona as a whole. So yeah, next week at Darlington, I'm gonna go ahead and place my prediction. Denny Hamlin runs well there, Martin Truex Jr. runs well, but I'm gonna think a guy outside the playoffs and Christopher Bell and a guy outside the playoffs, as in Eric Jones is gonna win Darlington. Let me know who thinks gonna win. Oh yeah, there was the big one struck. There was only two cautions for calls during the whole race of the big one, which had 16 total incidents, which resulted in like a 9-minute red flag and a 9-minute pause to the race, which took out some good drivers like Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney just named 2 of the 16. Ryan Blaney had a hard, vicious impact into the outside wall, which actually I think moved the wall in about foot and a half, they said, which I think I could tell that it was still a little caved in when they had it zoomed in on the O in Daytona. So just overall best wishes in a speedy recovery. If there's something wrong, hopefully nothing's wrong with Ryan Preece. And yeah, we'll see what all happens next week at Darlington for the Southern 500. Back-to-back 2 historic racetracks, Daytona being just tons of history. Then the first speedway in NASCAR history being Darlington for the Southern 500. The third of the 3 Crown Jewel events to start the playoffs. How the playoff format works is the top 16 in points advance. And after 3 races, which will be this round, the Bristol Night Race, the bottom 4 get eliminated essentially, where they'll still race, but like they won't be able to go for a championship. And I know the last time I haven't seen a barrel roll in a long time. The last time I've seen just a flip was last year in the Daytona 500. But overall, then after Bristol, it'll go to the round of 12. Then 3 more races, goes to the round of 8. Then I think either in the round of 12 or the round of 8, Talladega's next. That'll be the last super speedway race of the year, the last draft and track race of the year. And yeah, then now 10 weeks, the 16 drivers that are in the playoffs are looking ahead to trying and win a championship in Phoenix. 10 consecutive races left for the 2023 season. So we're going from Labor Day weekend next weekend to the first weekend in November. So yeah, overall Daytona was a pretty good race. Easily better than 500. So yeah, that's where I will wrap it up for here. Oh wow, what was that pass? Wrap it up for here. We'll see next week at Darlington who wins. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure you go check out the final lap reaction. Let me know who you think's going to win. What's your thoughts on Daytona tonight? Hopefully I might try and get 2 final lap reactions out tomorrow with the Arkham Nard series from the Milwaukee Mile and also the Craftsman Truck series from the Milwaukee Mile. The Truck series are in the playoffs round of 10. And yeah, that's where I'll wrap it up for here. Yeah, overall, congratulations to the 16 drivers making the playoffs. Congratulations to Martin Truex Jr. for winning the regular season championship. And I wish the best for Ryan Preece as we still don't have much updates from NASCAR about Preece. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.